Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, I'm Casey Transformed, and I'm here again with another review. This time I have the Thrilling 30 Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Goldfire. If you don't know, this is a repaint slash remold of the Bumblebee figure that came out right before it, and I don't remember. Oh, I got a lot of dust up here. Ignore that. Sorry about that. And he also, I think the Nightbeat mold came out after him, so I'm gonna say Nightbeat's a remold of him or Bumblebee. He did come with a comic book, but I don't have the comic book with me. I just didn't bother to bring it. And if it was in my room, I'd probably get it, but, it's not here. As you can see, he's loosely based on a Mustang. It's the typical thing of Hasbro to make it based on a real vehicle and change just enough to not be sued by the manufacturer of that vehicle. But looking at it, you can definitely tell it's a gold and black Mustang, or based on a Mustang. It looks very nice. We got nice big headlights on the front, full of silver paint. Even though it looks like the headlights really should just be two little dots there, but it's kind of got the more like natural, huge headlights that a car would have. You see, you got a nice black stripe, and I'm going to talk about the paint in a moment. He's even got the back headlights painted, which is actually really nice. You don't see that too often on Transformers now. Oh, the Generations lights have been handling that pretty well. And of course, he does have the two peg holes on the sides for weapons, but you could argue those are gas caps. So you could probably get away with that. Speaking of peg holes, he does come with a weapon. It splits into two kind of things. You can peg them in on either side with the handles that do move around, so you could have it like this, or this, or you could flip it around and do this. I prefer this. And you can pretend these are some kind of energon crystals that shoot energy blast thingy majiggers. And of course, they combine, and you can pretend it's some kind of bazooka. Or, it kind of reminds me of a weapon from Ratchet and Clank, actually. Am I the only one getting Ratchet and Clank 5 here? I don't know, doesn't that... I don't know why, I think it's like the bomb blaster, or whatever it's called from Ratchet and Clank 1. That's just what it's reminding me of. Oh, it's a pretty cool weapon. Pretty weird, but pretty cool. I think I could use a little bit more paint, but overall I really do like the sculpt on it. Speaking of paint, yeah, he has some problems here. Once again, much like Prime, the Combined Wars Prime, he doesn't have painted wheels. They're just black with the pins. This is where they really could use paint, because that way it could hit in those pins better. And I don't mind the pins, but considering the two on the front have the silver pins and the two on the back are just black wheels, it looks really distracting. The silver paint and all that on the front's fine, so is the back for the most part. But you can see on the doors here where the black paint's really kind of breaking up. I actually have not fixed it just because I want to show you guys this. Especially right there, you kind of see right there all the black paint's kind of rubbed off and you can see the gold underneath. And even the gold paint, you can see right there the blue plastic coming through, because unlike a lot of the older Transformers, instead of having like two separate... you can't open the doors, but they are... Well, there. You can open the doors like an actual car, but you can see there's really nothing to do with the inside. It's just robot junk. But you can see from here, they have two separate pieces of plastic, but it looks like they just used the blue plastic anyway for the door, which makes no sense, because this right here is clearly, for the window, a separate piece of blue plastic. Even on the hood, the only part that's painted is just along the sides here. So why this is blue plastic that was painted over, I will never understand. I'm not even sure I got all that on camera, but I don't understand why all this right here is blue plastic painted over. I mean, you would still have to paint the black stripe, but you could save yourself some of the effort just by having this be a gold piece, and then it would still blend in better with all this. I just don't understand that decision. As you saw in the end, it was blue plastic, so I don't get it. And underneath, you got a bunch of robot junk. And the only other problem I have is his chest piece for robot mode sticks out. You can see it sticks out pretty far. It doesn't hinder the wheels. He rolls just fine, but I don't know why it sticks out like that. Don't know. It doesn't look like it's supposed to peg in or anything, so I don't know what's going on there. For size comparisons, I did get him with Scrapnel. And the other figure I got the same day was the Voyager Roadbuster. So that, and Roadbuster's sniper fell off. So there he is next to a Voyager and a Legends class. And for another Voyager, here's the new Combined Wars Prime. He fits in pretty well scaled with the Generations and Combined Wars figures, so I like it. To transform him, it's a bit interesting. What you're going to do is come to the back, and there's a lot of kind of plastic bending with this. You kind of gotta pull this part out enough to where you can get the bumper to fold back. Like this. You can see there's this little tabs there that it was kind of tabbed into with that there. Once you do that though, that allows you to split the legs a bit more. Oh yeah, there's another spot. You can see right there. You can see the blue plastic right through this gold paint. It's not very thick. I don't know why. Don't know why they got so cheap the gold paint there. You can see now you can pop out the doors. Once you get that going, you can fold the legs, what will be the legs out, and the feet might deploy as well. Mostly because they'll get caught and stuff to get pulled out. As you can see, it kind of folds out into a leg. You can see right here, it's not really actually solid. You actually fold it out, and it's kind of skeletal on the inside, but from the outside, it looks really solid. Then you gotta pull this foot back, and it's on this ball joint and hinge, so you kind of just fold it around like this. Basically, as you can see, you kind of pull back with the ball joint, and then you can fold the foot forward on the hinge and put it back in place. It sounds complicated, but it's actually really easy. So there you go, you now get them standing. Then we're going to come to the top here and just pull the arms out. You see the front hood breaks apart. We bring the arms down, fold these back, fold this back. Take the top of the hood here, it comes back on double hinge. So just fold along the back, and it actually tabs into his back right here. I'm not sure how well you're going to see that, but you can just kind of tab it in. And then this whole piece comes down on his spine like this. And it will actually tab into the crotch right there, or the lower stomach, I guess. And his head pops out. Then the wings you can just kind of, or the doors, I guess you just fold out like this, like wings. Which is what the Bumblebee Nightbeat do. And there he is. And you can give him his gun. Just here. Oh, there we go. Hold that for a moment, and we'll be right back. Alright. If you don't know who Goldfire is, he's basically Bumblebee after he was kind of, his body got destroyed. So technically this is Bumblebee just revamped, and of course he's based on G1 Goldbug. But I guess they lost a trademark on that, so Goldfire. And here he is next to the Combiner Wars Optimus, the Generations Roadbuster. So, kind of giants behind him. Here he is next to Scrapnel, who's much shorter. And if you want really short, here he's next to the little mini reflector that comes with Scrapnel. Let's put him right there. So yeah, there he is with all these characters. Let's get them all out of the way so we can talk about the main event here, Goldfire. I'll get to you eventually, Roadbuster. Alright, let's just look at his overall sculpt. You can see he's actually very nice. For how many panel movements he had, he actually has some really solid looking, just figure. I mean, you see the legs look nice and thick, looks like he could do some major kicks. The inside of the legs look a bit weird because you see it has that kind of skeletal effect, but from the front it looks fine. And if you have it just like very slightly tilted outward, it's where he looks really good. The detailing, he actually has headlights sculpted into his feet, kind of implying that they're either this or this. And he even has a wheel kind of sculpted in the side, so I guess it's supposed to imply that it's actually supposed to be these two pieces, but that would be a really complicated transformation, I would think, or more complex than he currently is. He's got a lot of details. Like, he does have what looks like the front bumper sculpted right under his chest, and this actually looks like it could be the hood. So yeah, he has a lot of faked bits on there, but it looks good. And technically even this is faked because this is supposed to look like the sides of the car, but when you transform him, that part's completely hidden by the doors. So yeah, he has fake kibble, which is kind of interesting to see on a modern Transformer. He of course has the wings, but there are a bunch of things you can do with these. You can have them fold in, like I prefer to have for Goldfire, just to differentiate from when I get Nightbeat. I prefer having them fold in like this. I think it just looks better with Goldfire. While Nightbeat will have like the wings look. And of course he actually, like with a lot of the new figures, he doesn't just have the hand with like drilled in, he actually has what looks like a normal hand. Kind of open palm, but it does hold the weapon just fine. It doesn't look like it would hold it well, but it's not getting out. The thumb actually holds it in place pretty well. It's a little loose in his hand, but... Oh. Okay, yeah, it's a little loose, but it actually is not as bad as it looks. If you get fully in there, the full handle, it's not going anywhere. You can see it's not flopping around, so... As long as you have him holding it completely, it should be fine. And other times it just wants to fall out. I don't even know what's going on with this. It's only missing it because I'm doing a review, probably. Yeah, got him to hold it. Now, of course, this kibble can move around a bit. As you see, I keep trying to push this back because this tab does not work as well as it should. It might also be because of the door wings, but there, I think those actually can help to hold it there. So yeah, and look at the face. It catches me. He has a very Optimus-esque face. I mean, just looking at the two, yeah, he has the antennas, he has the silver mouth plate, he has the light blue eyes. He could pass for an Optimus. Okay, maybe more insectoid-looking Optimus, but Optimus nonetheless. That's basically what his head sculpt is. But it is very accurate to the comic book. Or at least what I've seen of him in the comic book. Articulation-wise, his head is on a swivel. Swivel, swivel, swivel. You do get universal, mushroom pegs for the arms. So you can go outward, you can go forward. You do get a swivel right above the elbow. You do have a 90 degrees plastic ratcheted elbow. Let me fold this back up. You do get a waist joint, which is cool since it wasn't really required. You do have a ball joint at the hip. Swivel right below the ball joint, mushroom peg of course. And you do have a knee joint. And also you have ankle movement because of all this. And quite a bit too. You can actually turn it back and forth to kind of get a more wide stance on him. Or looks like he's about to puke on the ground look. And also a lot of people are complaining about how the knee looks really broken because it really is floating. Well, that's what the bumper's for. You can actually get a really natural flowing looking knee with that. Like he's about to kick somebody. So yeah, I actually like how the knee's designed even better than most knees because since you have a panel that moves, you can move over it. It actually looks really natural. From the side, no, but from the front, it looks fine. So yeah, that's Goldfire, and I like him a lot. Oh yeah, really tiny little Autobot symbol on the front of the chest. I think that's the only Autobot symbol he has. So yeah, I complain about the paint, and some of these bits could stand to be a bit more tight. Let's just give him the basic wings look. But overall, I really like him. I really like the proportions on him. I really like his look. I love that head sculpt he has. Oh, chest didn't fully peg together. That's weird. But yeah, I think he's a really cool little figure. And where you get him or Bumblebee or Nightbeat, most people will probably go get the Nightbeat since he's one of the G1 characters who kind of needed a new toy. Get any of the three. I would recommend Goldfire or Nightbeat, but whichever one you like best. He's just a really cool little figure, nice little weapon, good articulation, good car mode. Paint could use a bit more work, but nothing that you probably can't fix on your own. And he's just overall a lot of fun. I like his transformation. I think he's worth the $10-15 he's going to cost, and he even comes with a comic book. Well, I'm Casey Transformed. I hope you get this figure, and I'll see you guys next time. Although it's somewhere around the corner of final exams, it could be a while. So, yeah.